date on it? Baby, it's juice. Anything to get you to drink that. If you drink some, Kayla, don't drink it all. It's nothing but sugar. Yeah. And you got dizzy and stuff the last time. Can't drink that. You hear me? Take a sip. It was $1, so you ain't gonna lose no money.
Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20 on EA Sports. On tap, we've got what should be a fairly intriguing matchup between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Right at the convergence. On Art Rooney Drive, we welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Six guys. Check 6 guys.
Off the play fake. Here's Brissett. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. 7 yards there and a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Devin White able to record his 5th sack of the season. They got to figure this out. They got to figure him out. 4 sacks last week. Now 1 in the first quarter. What do?
Well, great pass rushers usually have a go-to move, but the best pass rushers, they have counters to their go-to move. So they'll show you that. Then when you adjust, they counter it and still get to the quarterback. And you don't pile up that many sacks. What do you have, 4 in the game last week? Without having some go-to moves with counters.
We got 4.
This is 3rd and goal. Brissett. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. His first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 7-0. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. This one taken just inside the 10. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Play to win. Let's go.
Set. 60 outlaw.
58 right there. Yep. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Check three. Check three.
Pilot. 64. Weak.
Check 99. Switch.
Hard.
Check 50. Check 50. Sponge.
Five.
Now the former fourth-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Got a man open, that's Harry. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Ballage. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Look. Squeeze.
They'll run here with Ballage. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Set. 50. Plant. 6-6. Pull it high. You better be
Check three. Check three. Check three.
Exit. Hit it.
2nd and 11. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 36.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
They run it with Ballage. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
That's it, baby. We got one.
Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
They'll look to throw now on first down. He'll have a first down inside the 10. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. The numbers on the ground last week for Ballage. 11 carries, 93 yards.
He's been a huge part of their winning streak because he establishes not just an identity and a tone, but the team relies on it. He takes care of the football, he gains yardage for him, chews up clock, and that's been a big part of why they're winning games lately.
Go!
Motion, 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 motion!
Hurry! Go!
Here's a run with Balaj. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Kalen Balaj, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football.
What the heck?
Man, y'all done broke my, I can't even charge the things no more.
Why?
Because the
blocking,
cord is
beats
broke.
good tackling on that play.
I
and
played on that
touchdown.
a week.
I seen you on it the other day.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored.
You ain't played Need for
7-7
Speed the other
here as
day.
the kicks away.
Oh yeah, I did.
Yeah.
This will be fielded
Yeah,
at the
Pierre
6.
was on there yesterday.
And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
A gain of 6 there on first. They'll bring out 4 receivers. 3 of them being sent to the left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 4. Here's Brissett. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
Brissett now. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. On 1st and 10, Brissett. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the
Look
case
at
was.
this.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
What a play that turns out to be. 36 yards.
On 3rd down, it's very simple. Make sure you get beyond the sticks, make the catch, pick up the first down. But in this case, he turned into bonus time and was off to the races for a monster play.
He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Brissett nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Devin White in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Well, that's 2 sacks in this game, so add that to the 4 from last week. I think that's 6.
Good math. Excellent math. And look, he's going to get all the attention. He deserves it. He got home and got the quarterback on the ground. But that's a concentrated team effort.
And the pressure gets to him again. Devin White in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
They'll start on the ground with Balaj. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. Balaj. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards there and a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Check safety, check safety.
61, matchbox lights.
Now a handoff looking right. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 8. Open man is Samuel, complete. 2 minutes remaining in the first half, 10-7, our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Go on.
Watch out.
Now they try the right side here. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. He's got the first down here inside the 30 and down to the 28-yard line. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Kyle Fuller, the one to make the tackle.
That's it.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And he's going to have the hook up here with Harry. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
Let's get it. Kill.
Rock it.
Kill.
Go.
Under 10. 10. 58's the mic. 58's the mic.
Big rip.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
Here we go. Check 13.
Big Ed.
Hey, Haywood.
58 for Mike. 58 for Mike.
It's been a long day for you.
58, boys. 58.
Get it.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
Ready.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
Hey, Team 6. Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Mike's 5'4.
Let's go.
They'll look to throw. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. David Moore, his first touchdown on the year. And once again, the Jaguars are back out in front. Gostkowski, the extra point.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, It's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Marty looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
This will be fielded at the 6. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Now Cortland Sutton and the rest of the offense getting ready for their next drive. He's well on his way to a 1,000-yard season, maybe on pace to just tear past that, Charles. Defensively, they need to pay a little bit more attention to him?
Yeah, I think so, because remember, throwing the football, that can shred a defense quicker than anything else, because as soon as the catch is made, he still has the ability to, yards after catch, get downfield, gain even more, score touchdowns, all of that. This is going to be a lot of fun to watch as this progresses, to see how they defend him and how he changes up his game in order to try and keep getting open.
Brissett to throw on first. Got a man open. It's Sutton.
Kill him.
He is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Brissett now, only one pass has hit the ground for him. 10 of 11 thus far. It's 1st and 10. Throwing. Brissett. He's got Allen. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout called. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. He connected on his first, this from 41. The kick by Sanders is good. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple.
Hello.
Hey, James, it's Tyler.
What up?
Hey, man. If you could, please, I got that lady's phone number. She keeps calling back. I told her that you're not going to come out tonight.
All right. I'll come over there. She want me to come tonight?
She does, yeah.
All right.
You want her phone number?
Yeah, tell her give me about 30 minutes. I'll be over there.
Okay. All right.
Precious seconds. They will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. Something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in the second half. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Jaguars to take over on offense. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well.
Check 52. Switch.
The drive will commence with a run by Balaj. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
They'll look to throw here. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now back to throw. Got his target, Samuel. Let's go, baby. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the third quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
They'll drop to throw. And the coverage is terrific there as that's knocked out and incomplete. Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver, but it'll be second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. 2nd and 10. Catch is made by Harry. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 12-yard line.
60 outlaw. Hey, dude.
58, right over there.
Ready?
On first down, he'll drop to throw.
Oh.
End zone, but it's incomplete. Austin Hooper, the tight end, was the intended target. And that'll bring up second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Check. Five. Now.
He'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half.
Hey, Foxtrot. Big River.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
This game is hard.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points.
And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, you knock out too many attempts shorter than that one, and I don't think this was blocked. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
Here's Brissett. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he's brought down.
He's
getting
12
this one up to
13.
about the 35. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's a give to Bell. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Now on 2nd and 13. Brissett. He gets it to Humphreys. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Brissett. This short throw caught by Goddard. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, like hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Leo. Go.
Right back to him on 1st down. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 5.
2nd and 1. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 7 yards there and a first down. This quarterback now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Now a leaping catch. He's got it. 10 yards there. Good enough for a Jags first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
Back to throw here. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks for those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They're going to look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. That pick hurts a little extra because it was 3rd down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now, those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes.
It's what you call a rookie mistake. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
And they'll bring him down right around the 13. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll make this a 2nd and long. Back now in Pittsburgh, and we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the 4th. Throwing on 2nd and long. Brissett, it's caught. Humphreys, and able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. The Steelers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Now Brissett, and he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
This is brought in at the 21. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Hey, wahoo! Hey, lock it! Be grip.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
They do not lie.
Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On 1st and 10, Brissett. Allen's got it complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets 30 to the 29.
Wow.
It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first.
This game, man. I just don't know.
Brissett to throw on first. Looking left sideline, incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Yeah, I knew it. I knew they was going to get a touchdown. I absolutely knew it.
And he's in.
I knew it.
Steelers. Cortland Sutton, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers have once again taken the lead.
I knew it.
As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
I knew it. Man, this game is so shady, man.
Let's face it. That should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. They'll stay on the ground.
Look at that.
And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. They'll set up a throw. And he's going to have the hook up here with Harry.
My man
and
get
he's
no
got
separation
the first
or
nothing.
nothing.
At the 39-yard line.
None whatsoever.
5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game. Back to the ground. This time it's Anderson. And he's going to be stopped
Look
up
at
quickly
that.
here.
A tight end on a cornerback, and he just block shitting him like it's nothing.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Man, I hate this game, man.
Looking to throw.
Look at that.
He's taken down.
Man, this game is, I know it. Man, I hate this game so much. This game is unbelievable.
Down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Hey, exit.
Tighten up. Pull it together.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on fourth down, this is a big call. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
54. Mike 54.
Yep.
Here we go. 54.
Bravo.
54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
On. Ready.
Back to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Now you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
Quick dash. Come.
Hey. Deep.
And he'll give it here to his running back.
Know it. They ain't letting me do nothing. I can never call
It's
that
a
play.
loss of 4 on the first down play.
I just can't
The
call
short field
that.
shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Let's go. Let's bring it.
Let's get it.
Back to throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Austin Hooper, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Sure they about to get
This
there.
defense making some plays right now, aren't they?
And they look like a group that really locked in before this series started. Read their scouting reports, got back to reading their keys, and playing with excellent leverage up front.
They'll look to throw. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Deontay Johnson in the final minute as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows...
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Devin White, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. On the counter, here's Bell. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. They'll go again with Bell. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fielded just inside the 30. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Jaguars getting set to go. They can still get into field goal range, partner. They got to work quickly, though.
I agree with you totally. Find a way to get the ball downfield and out of bounds. In a perfect world, they know what hash they want to get to for their kicker, and they already know the distance that he feels comfortable. That'll dictate what they do on offense.
See if they can get in his range. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Johnson's got it complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars.
15 line. 15 line.
That's right, baby. They don't want it. Shit.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
Now back to throw.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. Johnson was the intended receiver, and it's second down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Watch the shift. Watch the shift. Mike spot 4. Mike spot 4.
2nd and 10.
Let's go. You tighten up. Let's go. You tighten up.
He finds his man Johnson. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to almost certainly win the football game. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. Did you expect anything less from Stephen Gostkowski? This guy, he's a machine out there, Charles.
Even in the clutch, the bigger the situation, the more likely that it goes right down the middle. And I think he just bailed his guys out in the end, yet again.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try and...